Life is short, life is simple, life is joy, and life is pain. Life is wonderful and terrible, but it's beautiful and love the same. Future. Next time I see you, you will probably be in love. Arm, living room draped around her slim shoulders, hands intertwined like tangled earphones that neither of you care to piece apart. So young and so in love that the idea of being anything else is preposterous. Attached affectionately together because you found home in each other's arms, or maybe you'll be subtle. Little looks tying you together across rooms, a circling thumb thumping on her wrist like a pulse, a thin arm encircling her waist as her hair tickles your chin, a smile only she can sketch on your face, granted to her exclusively in a room bursting with people. Either way, you will be in love. And I will be nice to her. Nauseatingly nice to her. Because nothing is her fault. How can I be angry at her for catching your love when I was always too clumsy to wring it out of your hands? You will be in love, and I'll have no other choice than to be okay with that. Past. Last time I saw you, M speaks of my drunken haze. How the news of B's death sent me to the end of multiple bottles till I was spinning, crying, being so alive and not myself that the thought of it still leaves a sour taste on my tongue. Emma speaks of how I abruptly stopped spilling over with emotion. How the faucet shut in one slice of a movement. No trickle, no drops, just hurricane to dry lands. I've always been this way, all emotion and spilling over. But then, when I realized I can't run from reality, that reality has rolled up her sleeves and squared the fuck up, that I must be okay with whatever hit she plummets to my life. I must be okay with the death of a friend or the death of an unwanted love. And I'll have no other choice than to be okay with that too. Present. I didn't know you would be here, but I don't wear my shock. Instead, I look at you from the corner of my eye as you're perched on my mother's blanket, the sun setting, laughter in the air. It has been so long since I laughed. Joy doesn't like to stay. She promised to come daily, and I guess she does, but most days she stays on the porch, never really comes in the house of me, and always leaves hastily. But today, she saw you and stayed. Entered the room, turned on the TV, dozed off, and how thankful I am. But the picnic ends too soon. And as I walk home alone, she storms out, but not without making a mess of my thoughts. It's not sadness, it's a certain dullness that lingers, yet how thankful I am for the small joy that was your presence. How thankful I am for the one time in high school a friend told me you told her I was beautiful. How thankful I am for every laughter, moment, and story B granted me before he left. How thankful I am for myself on the days my mind allows me to house joy inside of me instead of from afar. How thankful I am for these small joys that never last but are always memorable. Aren't these blessings? There are days they do not feel like blessings, but I am still alive and I still hold these memories to my chest on days I struggle. The struggle is a blessing because aren't I still alive? Isn't that the blessing? Life is short, life is simple, life is joy, and life is pain. Life is wonderful and terrible, but it's beautiful and love the same. Life is short, life is simple, life is joy, and life is pain. Life is wonderful and terrible, but it's beautiful. It loves the same.